Today we discuss the limited edition Fender American Vintage 2 1977 Telecaster Custom. Hey, James Shee here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. But remember, you can always find us online at tarpleymusic.com. And please, subscribe to the button below if you haven't done so already. We really appreciate the feedback and the comments and the subscriptions. So I'm holding a limited edition Fender American Vintage 2 1977 Telecaster Custom. Okay, so what is the limited edition all about? Well, it was kind of a miscommunication between the factory where they were doing some contour on the body that the production line is not supposed to have, and they're calling it the belly cut. It's this really nice contour right there. Well, this is normally an added feature. Well, they caught on to it and they said, whoa, stop doing those. But so what they did is they released those as a limited edition, and it's very, very limited. There's really not that many of them. So is there really any big benefit to that? I think so. For one, just the comfort value of it. But if you're standing for a 3-4 hour gig, that's a pretty good amount of alder that's been taken out of this body to lighten it up some. So it's really, really cool. But the thing is whether it's if it's a big advantage to you or not, it's still a vintage too, right? So it's still a great guitar. It's just got that little bit of difference to it that you can always, it's, bragging rights is cool sometimes too. So, but it is an alder body. So this is really based off like a 77 Tele. So it's got like a vintage, it's the 77C. It's a real small C style neck. It's a 7.25 radius from that time. There's 21 frets and they're vintage tall. So you get that element to it. So it does feel very vintagey. There is these are the F-stamp tuners that you got there. It is a bone nut. Of course, this is a maple neck with maple fretboard. Now the pickups are a little different here. We actually have the wide range pickup here, the Kunifi, which is actually the elements for copper, nickel, and iron. That's what they were making them at that time. That's the elements they were making that out of. And I think they stopped around 1981. So they're like, well, if we're going to find that sound, then we need to get that combination and that magnet back. This is an extremely versatile pickup. I really like it's got a lot of the rich lows. The highs are really tingly and still clear. And as you dig into it, it doesn't lose much articulation. So obviously it's sitting here in the neck position. So this is the standard 3-way switch. So you would have your neck here and then both, and then the bridge here. So the bridge itself is 6 barrel saddles. These are steel here. It actually has the tilt on the back of the neck. This is the micro tilt. And what that basically is if you've ever had to move a neck and you have to put shims in there, well, this is actually a screw in there that literally will move a little bit of that neck where it's going this way and kind of messing with you. So just a great feature to make sure that it's a killer setup and intonation and the feel and everything about it is right. So it's a really, really cool guitar just as that aspect of it there. It gets real vintagey 70s tones out of it. And that's kind of what we're going to explore today. We're going to kind of get a good clean and overdrive and even some 70s chorus sounds out of this so you can really hear it back in that time. You're going to feel like you're going back in the time. Is it more versatile? Absolutely. I think you can play anything on it, but that's really where it shines to me. So we're going to make sure we take you back and pull the 70s sounds out of this. All right, so I'm going through a Line 6 Pod Go. This is on 05A is the setting. It's a placator amp and cab. The overdrive will be a Minotaur, and then I'm going to have a 70s chorus as well. So I'm going right into this. It's going direct out into the Focusrite Clarett into Studio One. So I just want to make it very, very consistent. So once you hear all the tone changes, those are the only things that are happening there. So here it is on the up position here, which is just the humbucker by itself in the neck position. Switching down to the mids. Now the single coil back in the bridge by itself. remember, you do have a volume and tone for both pickups there. So I'm going to go back to the humbucking here. We're just going to click on that Minotaur and get some overdrive on it. Now go in the middle position, same settings. Very punchy. This is really great. And then here it is. This is the single coil by itself in the bridge. Cool. So I'm going to go back in this middle position, take that Minotaur pedal off, and just play some of this humbucker by itself with chorus. It just really picks up on velvety chorus sound. Middle position, add that single coil in the back. I mean, just such a rich humbucker sound with that chorus sound. So a lot of vintage sound out of this guy. All right, so you've heard this guitar on its own, clean, dirty, and with some chorus. Let's hear what it sounds like with some backing tracks. Hit it, boys. So I've shown a lot of the whole 70s vibe of this thing, and obviously there's a lot more that you can do with it than that. It's very versatile. It could play anything modern. It could play any kind of style, but I was just so impressed with how those 70s overdrives and choruses came out that I really wanted to kind of show that in the sense. But like I said, this is a vintage, American Vintage 2 Tele, but just with this bonus of this cool the contour on the back there, which was kind of a happy accident. And I'm not sure exactly the number, but I know there's not many that are floating out there. So I do think there were some that were done in black possibly, but this red is gorgeous. It really reminds me of like an SG or an old Gibson ES335 dark red. It's really great. So extremely versatile guitar. It's fun to play, but man, if you're doing a lot of older classic rock stuff, especially if you're gigging out doing that, I mean, this just really, really captures those tones. So if you get a chance, come down to Tarpley here in Burleson and pick this thing up. Of course, if you'd like to buy it online, there is a link below. And I hope you got something out of this, maybe some interest in this guitar or learned something about a pickup, anything, as long as you picked up something. I'm happy about it. So please hit like if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We drop videos every single week, so if you'd like notifications for those, just turn on notifications there, and we will see you on the next one.